Nas Daily, created by Palestinian-Israeli vlogger Nuseir Yassin, has become super famous around the world. Yassin's videos, which are only 1 minute long and talk about all sorts of things, have been watched by millions of people. But this huge success hasn't come without problems. Lately, Nas Daily has been accused of being disrespectful to other cultures, not understanding important issues, and being biased in its political views. These accusations, which come from different events and partnerships, have caused a lot of arguments and made people question if influencers are doing the right thing, and if they have a responsibility to be careful about what they say, because they are so popular. From faraway villages in the Philippines to the middle of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, Nas Daily's work has accidentally brought attention to complicated cultural and political issues that people feel strongly about. Yassin's project, which aims to show how diverse human experiences are, has put him right in the middle of these sensitive topics. Because of this, the controversies surrounding Nas Daily give us a good example of how hard it is to understand different cultures, the problems that can happen with influencers, and how important it is for content creators to be thoughtful and respectful when talking about sensitive topics. The biggest problem is figuring out the difference between sharing cultures in a good way and using them for your own gain, and between helping people understand each other and accidentally saying wrong things about certain groups of people. Critics say that Nas Daily, in trying to make interesting videos, has sometimes made complicated issues seem too simple and accidentally spread harmful stereotypes. These criticisms show how important it is to be aware of different cultures and for content creators, especially those seen by people all over the world, to interact with different communities in a respectful and ethical way. As Nas Daily continues to deal with these controversies, what happens next will definitely affect the platform's future and how influencers behave in general. What we learn from these experiences reminds us that having a global audience comes with power and responsibility. It also shows how important it is to approach cultural exchange with sensitivity, respect, and a promise to tell stories ethically. One of the biggest controversies surrounding Nas Daily involves Whang-od, a respected tattoo artist from the Kalinga tribe in the Philippines. Whang-od, often called the oldest living, traditional Kalinga tattooist, has become a symbol of the Philippines' rich cultural heritage. Her traditional hand-tapped tattoos, which were once only for warriors, have become famous all over the world, bringing visitors from everywhere. In 2023, Nas Academy, an online learning platform started by Nas Daily, announced a course featuring Whang-od. The goal was to teach her traditional tattooing techniques. However, people got upset right away, with many saying that Nas Daily was taking advantage of Whang-od to make money. Critics argued that the course was created without properly asking Whang-od or her community for permission, which made people worried about cultural insensitivity and the possibility of using indigenous knowledge for financial gain. Making the controversy worse were claims from Whang-od's family. They said that the contract for the course was not valid and that she hadn't fully understood what she was agreeing to. This caused a lot of anger on social media, with many people calling for a boycott of Nas Daily and its related platforms. This situation showed the complicated issues of cultural appropriation, consent, and the ethics of making money from indigenous knowledge in the digital world. Because of the backlash, Nas Academy removed the course and said sorry. The platform insisted that it had gotten permission from Whang-od and her family, even showing a video of her signing the contract. However, the incident caused the Philippines National Commission on Indigenous Peoples, NCIP, to start an official investigation to see if the right procedures were followed and if Whang-od's rights were violated. To make matters worse, another controversy started involving Louise Mabulo, a Filipina entrepreneur and environmentalist. Mabulo, known for her work with the Cacao Project, an initiative that helps farmers in the Philippines, accused Nas Daily of being culturally insensitive and acting like a neocolonialist during his visit to her project. According to Mabulo, Yassin and his team didn't show respect for the local culture or the work being done by the farmers. She said that Yassin made fun of the Filipino accent and dismissed the farmers' efforts, which reinforces harmful stereotypes about developing countries. Mabulo's accusations, which she shared on social media, made it seem like a Western influencer was using the struggles of a developing community to create content. This hurt Nas Daily's image even more. This situation started a larger conversation about the power dynamics between influencers and their audiences, especially when Western influencers interact with communities in developing countries. Mabulo's accusations highlighted how these interactions can worsen existing power imbalances and perpetuate neocolonialist narratives that portray developing countries as needing Westerners to save them. Nas Daily denied these claims, saying that people misunderstood his intentions and took his comments out of context. Yassin said that he had the utmost respect for Mabulo and her work, blaming the misunderstanding on cultural differences and communication problems. However, the damage was done, and the incident further eroded public trust in Nas Daily's commitment to cultural sensitivity and ethical storytelling. In addition to accusations of cultural insensitivity, Nas Daily has also been caught in controversy because of Yassin's views on the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Yassin, who considers himself Israeli despite growing up in Palestine, has been criticized for seeming to favor Israel and his portrayal of the conflict. Critics, especially those who support the boycott, divestment, and sanctions (BDS) movement, have accused Yassin of making the Israeli occupation seem normal and minimizing the suffering of Palestinians. The BDS movement has called for a boycott of Nas Daily, saying that Yassin is using his platform to hide Israel's actions and silence Palestinian voices. They point to instances where Yassin has called the conflict a complicated situation, and his collaborations with Israeli organizations as proof of his alleged bias. These accusations have led to protests at Nas Daily events and demands for his sponsors to stop working with him. Yassin, on the other hand, has defended his stance, saying that he supports peace and believes in a two-state solution. He has stated that his goal is to bring people together and promote understanding, not to choose sides in a complex and deeply rooted conflict. However, his attempts to remain neutral have been met with doubt from both sides of the conflict, highlighting how challenging it is to navigate such a sensitive issue, especially in the world of social media where people have strong opinions. The controversy surrounding Nas Daily's coverage of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict shows how hard it is to be neutral and objective when talking about complex and emotional issues. It also shows the limitations of using a platform that mainly focuses on positive and uplifting stories to address deeply rooted political conflicts. As Nas Daily continues to deal with these difficult situations, we have yet to see if the platform can balance its commitment to positivity with the complexities of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict.